Hey, how's it going YouTube? It is the Hoff here, and today I have a brand new Epson printer that hasn't even hit the market yet. It should hit it in a few days. So I will tell you this, I'm not sure on the price point of this printer yet. I will link it down in the description as soon as I find out the price point and the various places to buy. I will link it down in the description so you can see the price point. But I was just sent this to review, so let's jump on into the unboxing setup, and then I will do a final thoughts. So first thing first, when it comes to this printer, is I can already see that it's from Epson, so they haven't sent me anything bad in the past. All printers have been working flawlessly as expected. And this one does the same as the other printers, where you have separate ink for your black and other colors. So if you happen to use black ink more, you won't have to replace the others, just the black ink cartridge. And it has a 2.4 inch screen. This one, unlike some of the lower end models, does auto double-sided printing. So if you want automatic double-sided printing to save paper, this one will do that. And this one also is the same with Wi-Fi, and you can print directly from your phone using Wi-Fi. So without further ado, let's start taking out the pieces and see what we have. So first things first, I'll notice is protective foam, but here are going to be your ink cartridges, cyan, yellow, and then on this side we have your power cable sticking off to the side, and then your other two printing cartridges for ink, and it's going to be black and magenta? Yeah, magenta. So we will set these off to the side because I know these are not needed quite yet, and we will take a look at the printer itself. So a lot of the times with these printers, take them out of the box. Set the box down because there is some documentation in there, but these printers have become second nature, and for me, I always check the website because they provide the most up-to-date drivers. And I mean, come on, who really has CD drives much anymore with a newer computer? So we shall set that to the side, but by all means, if you need it, I recommend using the full instructions. Because the first thing that I'm going to do now is start taking a look at this printer. And as we're taking a look at it, let's take off the shipping protective blue tape here. This just keeps everything down so nothing gets damaged, jarred during shipping. And we will set this to the side. So this is something fairly new. I don't remember seeing this on any of my previous printers when it comes to a sheet here describing everything. But it is an Expression Home XP4100. It's just like the other printers I have where they call it a small-in-one, so it's a smaller form factor that should do all of the different things you need when it comes to printing, scanning, and various other features. Okay, so it says it's an intuitive 2.4 inch color LCD. You can save time and money by doing the double-sided like I said. You have hands-free voice activated printing, which that is new. I don't have that on any of my other printers so far. And then you can do the easy tablet and smartphone printing, which is direct printing. As long as you're connected to the same Wi-Fi, it should automatically find it, and you will be able to print. Now, I'll have to check the documentation, but this should print a lot faster than my XP 440 that is over there. So right here you see the document scanner. Place it down, scan. Back here we have the top fed. So this allows you to feed paper in from the top. And you can close down and protect it. We do have back here where you can check out any jams. So just so you guys are well aware and can see everything. This is for the top fed. You can pull that out, push it back down, and then it should clip right back in. And then here we have to put ink in. So let's start taking some of this off. And there's contact protection right there for the ink. And we have serial numbers as well on the inside of here. So if you're ever needing to see serial numbers, it's going to be down inside of your printer over here. Okay, and now want fully close. Okay, so leave this open and we will do the slow peel reveal. There you go, for all of you people that love that slow peel footage. And let me continue to take off the tape. We have 2 more pieces up front, and now there's looks like 3 more to go that deal with the tray. So pieces that hold the tray in from sliding out, and then a piece that holds the tray catcher right here. So if you haven't noticed, it will print here, and then you have a little flap to catch it. So if you put this on a high up desk, you shouldn't have issues with it printing and falling over. So let's just take a gander at this. So the first thing I noticed is I need to see how much paper can be held from here, being it's top fed and it doesn't look like it can hold a ton of paper. And then we shall start looking at putting in the ink cartridges. So let's just grab the book and see in here how much paper this can hold. Don't need a disc, as I said here, so you have your various instructions, unpack, blah blah blah. We already did all that. Turn on, power, and then after the power you do all your ink cartridges, which I will show you that. And I'm trying to see, you have the edge to edge to hold the paper, and then you can print on regular paper, glossy, and you do the printable side up. So that means the printable side, when you're loading in like this, it will face me. But this does double-sided printing, so the page 1 you would want to face me if you have certain stuff that is glossy on one side and you need to make sure it gets printed on one side only. So in case you're wondering, the cartridges that this takes are the 212 or the 212 XL for high capacity. So I didn't see it there. Let's see if this will tell me various information that you might want to know when searching for the printer material. So it really does not state. It does not state anything. So, without further ado, let us plug it in, plug it in. Fairly lengthy cord, about a little bit longer than my arm wingspan. So we shall see if that can reach where I'm trying to plug it in and still be able to show yes. So let's get the cat involved and let's go ahead and set this printer up. So first things first is it's plugged in, so we are going to turn it on. And the screen is now lit up, and the screen tells me to select the language. So the language we have already pre-selected is English. Now I do have paper lying around, so I will go ahead and validate about how many sheets this can hold. It may not be that many. So if you need a printer that holds 100 sheets because you're going to be printing a lot at one time, this may not be the choice for you, but we shall see. So initializing start, install the ink cartridges that came with the printer. Okay, so in doing that, you have two things on the side here that you will go ahead and open, and we will start from left to right. I don't know if it makes a big deal, but we shall start from left to right. There's nice, easy areas to pull and break open the cartridges, wrappings, so you can easily grab out the cartridge itself. And then for the cartridge, there is a yellow pull tab, and we will just pull off the pull tab as it says remove. And then we should okay, so there it was. And the next one's going to be the yellow. So again, remove the yellow pull tab, and then as I was fiddling with it, I noticed you should have it where you can read it, and put it right next to black. And now we want the magenta. Again, don't forget, rip off that yellow pull tab. And then and finally, we are going with the cyan color. Okay, yellow pull tab off, and in we go. All the ink cartridges are installed. Lift the flap back, and we shall hit the installed. So you have a yellow marker for installed already selected. Hit OK. It is going to process it and more than likely readjust where the ink cartridges are positioned. And then it now says initializing, please wait. Don't turn off power until initializing is complete. This will roughly take about 6 minutes. So at this point, I'm just gonna speed this up so you guys don't have to see all that lovely 6 minutes of waiting. It's going to be a time lapse. Okay. So initialization is finally complete. Move on to print quality adjustments. So we're going to hit OK, align the printer to get the best printing quality, adjust recommended. So let me go ahead and get some paper in the back because I believe it's going to align and I'm going to see the actual quality as it's doing that. Let's see. Will this fit? That. Okay, I didn't really count how much that was, but it doesn't look like. It looks like it could fit some more in there. So it fits a good amount. Let us click close on that, adjust recommended, and let us perform a print head nozzle check. So print, we said okay, we have the normal size paper in there. Okay, so first thing I will notice is it definitely didn't pull right. So let's adjust these to the side. Okay, maybe that will work better now that I actually did it. So check that the printing pattern selected. So we shall say it was okay, and we shall adjust again and print. So it does look like it holds a decent amount, maybe 50, 75, and it loads from the top, which I always prefer these top loading printers on other printing brands, because this one I haven't had an issue with, and I tested on this table because it shakes, and I want to make sure that the shaking doesn't cause issues, because my old HP used to cause issues from being bottom fed, where it would essentially shake the paper backwards away from the printer, so as it would pull the next sheet when you're printing multiple sheets of paper, it would then jam. And unless you have a super sturdy desk, it's always going to have a little bit of vibration and would cause it. So top fed, you never have to worry about that. But certain bottom fed ones, you don't have to worry, because it is in a compartment that won't let it go back any further. And that's what I have in one of my other Epsons, the 8500, the XP8500 has bottom fed that doesn't allow it to shake back any further. So what it's doing now is it's printing out lines, and it's going to tell me out of each line which one represents what it should according to their photo, and then it will run with those settings. So, choose a square with the fewest streaks. That square is probably going to be it's probably going to be 3. And the same deal on number 2. Is probably going to be 2. So minus down to 2. Number 3, so it's the same deal for all. And that one is 3. 4 for me is going to be 6. 5 is 2. And the last one is going to be 5. Yep. 5. Hit OK. Proceed. And print again. So that's what it prints out. All is good. This process will take a little bit, but this ensures the best photos and best print quality possible. And now we are saying choose the rectangles that are not separated or overlapped. I think it's 4. Okay. So that is it for that adjustment. And the next step is going to be for my own personal. So as you can see with the other printers, but this one allows you to pull, so I like this better. You can adjust this one, unlike the others where this all adjusted, and I think it only had 2 ways of doing it: closed or open and tilted up. You couldn't adjust it to tilt one specific way You had to do one way or the other. You couldn't do an in-between. So we have options here. You can copy, scan, if you set up the scanning straight to your printer, which when you do the print drivers, it will do the scanning. The various prints, you have a maintenance, settings, maintenance, and then smartphone connection, which as soon as I connect this will have smartphone capabilities. So the only thing I am definitely not seeing on this printer compared to other printers that I do have is this one does not have the availability for doing an SD card to print directly from the SD card, nor a USB slot to print directly from a USB slot. But you can print from your smartphone Connect, which can be really handy when trying to print photos that most people are just taking off of their smartphone nowadays. So for me, we're going to go into the settings, and I am going to go in and do the network settings. I don't do web settings. I don't feel, for me, there's a need to do web settings to print when I'm not at home, but there is a need to get this connected to the Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi recommend, and then start the setup, and we will do the, can we do the WPS? So let's see, WPS, to make it super easy, should work if you have the feature, which I do not have that turned on at the moment. So we are just going to do the manual setup for everyone's personal idea. But if you do have WPS, where you can do the push button on your router to do the push here, it will recognize, similar to the way you do Bluetooth, and go ahead and connect. So Wi-Fi setup is going to search and find all of the lovely Wi-Fi here in this general location. And we shall select the Wi-Fi. Now, I'm going to skip over this part, but it's basically going to be just entering in your Wi-Fi password. Okay, there you have it. Password is now entered. It says connecting to wireless router. Now, as soon as it connects to the wireless router, you are ready to either put in the disk, or, as I recommend, because most of us have newer computers that just don't even have CD drives anymore, you can go ahead and get your information from the Epson website and get the most up-to-date drivers. So I'm going to do that. I do have a CD drive if I have to connect by USB, because like I said, this is so new, I'm not even sure if they have it listed, and I need to do some more proper testing and review, and I will let you guys know in just a moment how this handles, how fast this prints, and everything dealing with this printer. Okay, so right now I'm going to go to the computer and I'm going to tell it to print double-sided, or I should say just print. And I have it where there's a few lines on one side and a lot of lines on the other. So it should automatically do the double-sided from a document. So we are going to print, make sure I have this one selected, and there you go, it grabs it, and now you can see how it does double-sided. So there you have it. That's one side, and then there's other side of stuff. So it does amazing on the double-sided, and I don't necessarily have a lot of ink here. The ink that they ship with is for your setup testing purpose generally, so it doesn't always last, and what they say is enjoy the rest of the ink, and you will more than likely need to buy more ink in the near future with these printers. They just come with some to test, and then after that it's not very much left. So with that being said, the printer seems to print perfectly well. We shall do the review with the cat in my lap. Okay, so let's talk about the printer now that I've shown you the little tidbits. It can do double-sided printing. I was able to go ahead and scan a document in with no issues. Everything came out crystal clear. It installed like a breeze, and I did find that they have 4105 for their lineup listed, but not this particular 4100 model yet. So we did end up having to do my USB CD drive, but that's no concern. By the time you guys buy this, it will be out on the website, and I highly recommend going that route to get the latest updated drivers. And then this does seem to hold, I want to say it might be 50 pages, maybe more, 75 roughly. I have like 30, 20, or that's like 15, 20 pages there maybe. So it does hold a decent amount up top here, and it is top fed. Nothing comes from the bottom, and it does have the pull-out tray on the bottom that I like, where if you have it sitting up on a desk, it will go ahead and project down. And there you see what my cat does when I am playing games. So in all, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I highly recommend at, I'm assuming this might be $100, but don't quote me on that. I will put the link down in there below. But from what I thought, they said this was going to be $100. And if it is $100 to $150, that is an amazing deal for what this printer is capable of and everything else. I don't understand the need for hands-free voice activated printing, because you're looking at stuff, I mean, I don't understand it. You can do everything from as you're looking at it to print it. So I don't know, but it's there for people that just want everything automated with your voice. So until next time, thank you guys for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, because it encourages others to watch the video, and it will bring it up in search to help others, and share out this video by any means that you guys so choose, so others can see this video and see the various different printing options they will have. And I will see you guys next time.